Or number 10, I would say always have a spare battery on hand. So one of the big selling points here with the G5 is the fact that you can touch this little button here, slide this drawer out, and swap batteries. So if you bought the G5 near launch, then you probably were able to secure a free separate battery and battery charging cradle. So what I've done, for example, is I go to bed at night and don't charge my phone, and when I wake up in the morning, I have a battery in the charging cradle ready to go that's fresh, so I can just swap out my battery, and then I throw the old one back in and charge it up. So then at the end of the day, when my phone's starting to dwindle in battery, rather than having to plug it in for an hour to get some juice, I have a fresh battery, swap it out, and I'm ready to go. So I would just sort of suggest taking advantage of this, since this is really one of the only phones that can do this. If you're not familiar, to get these batteries off, it sounds like you're gonna break it, but you sort of push it this way and then it kind of pops off. So you push it this way is sort of the motion, and then to slide it back on, you just sort of reverse that, pop it on like that, push the phone in this way, let it click, and power it back on. So again, extra battery. Look, if you're gonna buy a G5, that's one of the selling points you may as well take advantage of, especially right now while they're just handing out these things. So anyways, that's been the 10 first things you should do with your LG G5. If you guys come up with some other things you think people should do, make sure you leave that in the comments. For now though, we are Droid Life. Peace.
Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today we're bringing you another 10 hidden features video, and this is for the LG G5. So, as always, we're going to split these videos up into individual videos, so if you just want to see them separately, go ahead and feel free, but this one will be all 10 all in a row. Let's get started. So for our first hidden feature, oldie but a goodie features, and that is maybe pushing your phone, which is in this phone, touch control area. So for touch control areas, settings portion, swipe all the way to general, and under general you go into accessibility. Under accessibility, go under motor and cognition, and from here, touch control area. Now we can go in and see what this does. So all of these you would have to turn off in order for you to be able to do this. But what this allows you to do is essentially black out your screen so that not one button will work. This is really great because if you give it to, say, a child, they can't do anything. They can't go home. They can accidentally push whatever you want. They have to hit this same button combination to get into it. And that button combination is volume down and the home button at the same time. So to start, you go on any screen but the home screen, and you hold down the volume down and home button at the same time. It takes into this mode, you tap full screen, and now there is nothing you can do to this phone to make it work. Back button, not even the volume rocker, and not even the power button. So nothing can. It's really great to give it to your kid. They can try and as they will, but yet nothing will work on your phone. Volume down and home. So that is touch control areas or baby proofing your G5. Now for the next hidden feature, it's the text messaging app. Now we all know that the G5 maintains having an SD card, but what some of you might not know is you can actually save your text messages to the SD card. Here's how. Let's go to the three dots up here, go into settings, go under more, and from here, not only can you set the limits for how many messages you want to save, but you can actually save it to the SD card. This is really important because obviously if you have only about 24 gigs of built-in storage, then you want to tend to save all of your text messages as well as the photos in those messages to your SD card. So you can actually save it to your SD card instead of it always going to your internal storage with the LG G5. For the next hidden feature, it should be on by default, but it's how to improve your phone quality. This is really simply just go into the phone dialer. You go under the menu button at the top, and you hit settings. From here, you go to advanced settings, more, and then from this point, you go to voice clarity. Turn that on and your voice will now be much better, and you'll be able to hear much better as well, especially if you also have noise suppression on. Some carriers do turn both off, most carriers turn at least one off, so just make sure you have that set. Now what I also want to point out while we're here is go under gestures and turn these two features off because they just drain your battery. So that way you'll be able to hear better and speak better so that other people will be able to hear you and give a better battery life while you're out. The next hidden feature, it's one that I personally can't live without, but some people might not need it, and that's being able to loop on your home page. Now what do I mean by that? Looping allows you to go all the way around and you're not stuck on either end. So how do you do that? You go into settings, then you go under display, then you go under home screen, and then you go right here, allow home screen looping. This will allow you to do is go all the way around, and this makes it really nice and easy. Now you can also do this with your app drawer as well after this, so it's really nice just to be able to loop around without needing to download a launcher or any kind of extra feature. It's built into the phone, you just have to enable it. Now for the next hidden feature, it's one of my favorite features that LG puts on their smartphones, and it is draw accessibility. So what do you do this? Under settings, and you go to the accessibility section. To the general side, and then we're going to swipe down and go to accessibility. From here, we're going to go once again to motor and cognition. And we're going to turn off this one because you cannot have this one on and have this one on at the same time. So we're going to go to touch assistant, and we're going to turn this one on. Touch assistant's a little icon that will stay on your screen at all times, and the thing it's meant for is so that you can do everything one-handed. So you can hit next, you can screen capture, punch a zoom, one-handed. You can do all of these things basically as you wish, very simply and easily. Now, the one thing that LG does different from most other manufacturers is that you can also do something called drawing. So drawing touch assistant allows you to draw a C, N, W, S, or even L or E. And what this allows you to do is draw a C, you immediately go to call. Draw an S, you immediately go to settings. Tap it and draw an M, you go to text message and into a text message, which is very nice. And you can even draw an L if you don't want to be able to. Turn the screen off. Just like that. Yep, I thought it was a C. But that's the whole idea behind it, is that you can actually be able to go into it and really kind of just go quickly to things on any screen. So I like that feature because it's a quick way of accessing everything you need to very quickly. Let me know what you guys think. I really like this feature because it allows me to get through my phone quickly, and something that definitely when I have the G5, I like to have on top. Now for the next hidden feature, I will start off saying that not every carrier will have this ability, but it's changing your organization for your settings. So changing your settings is very simple. It's actually just being able to hit this little 3 dot right here and go to it's something very simple, but I cannot tell you how many times I've had an LG that looks like this and people tell me, wait, how did you get it like that? I like that so much better. For some reason LG doesn't have this by default. It has that awful tab looking thing, and this is much better. So it's just quick, easy, just to be able to go through one list, and still has everything divided, which is nice, but it just is so much of a better way than that tab view. Simply having the list view allows you to get to everything easily and quickly. Now for the next hidden feature, it is content lock. Now content lock is kind of fun, especially if you have certain parts of your phone that you don't want other people to get into. So how do you set this up? Well, you go under fingerprints and security, and then you go to content lock. You create a lock, which I have already, create one to be able to lock things in your gallery. So all you do is, let's say, no one can ever see this. So I'll hit these three dots right here, go to lock, select which files I want locked, so I'll lock that one, and now that one is locked. Now what does this mean? It means that but if I hit show lock files, then I can see the two that I've locked. So it's simple and easy, and something that no one will ever see if they don't hit show lock. So if I just pass my phone and someone like, oh yeah, here, take a look at my phone. Well, then they don't see all the hidden ones that I don't want them to see. So it's quick, simple, and easy, and it's a great feature that LG has built in. So for the next hidden feature, it's a simple one, but something that a lot of people might not know, and people would want to have right built into the phone, and LG provides it, and that's collage. So LG actually has a collage feature built into the phone, which is really great. You just hit those three dots right here, and then you have to hit more, or else you would never know it was there. So you just hit make collage, select the ones you want for a collage, hit next, and then you can create your own custom collage for it. So it's really nice just because you can really personalize it and choose, and you can even change the photo before you finish it. But just a really great and simple way just to be able to quickly create a collage, share it, make it. So really simple, really easy, but something that, again, I love that LG put built into the phone. So for the next hidden feature, it's one of my favorites and one that we have seen before, and that is accessibility shortcut, or triple tapping the home button. So for this one, as you can guess, you go under settings and go to accessibility. Then you go to accessibility shortcut features, and you get the three dots so you can turn which one on. My favorite, as you all know, is the grayscale. Well, as soon as you triple tap the home button, this will change every screen to grayscale. So 1, 2, 3, and you have grayscale. This makes the entire phone grayscale, which definitely improves your battery life dramatically compared to normal, and it's really great, simple, quick, and easy to do. So, oh man, my battery life's kind of getting low. Boom. There you go. And I have it on now, and then you can turn it right back off. Simple, quick, easy, great to have on your smartphone. Alright, and for the last hidden feature, it's a simple one, but you know we have to always use a camera one on here. So we're going to go with how to improve your selfie. So there's a several ways to improve your selfie on this phone. So with this one, we're going to do a couple of different steps on how to improve it. First thing is going to the settings portion and actually making it 8 megapixels, because guess what? 16 by 9.5. So we're going to hit that button right there. And now you're looking better right away. Clear, better quality. So now it's at the full 8 megapixels. Second thing you might want to know about is to be able to do the gesture right here. You just turn this on, or you can turn the face recognition. Face recognition personally drove me a bit crazy because it was still take it. So I personally don't like that. I would use the hand gesture that's going to go like this, and then it takes it by closing your hand. As soon as you close your hand, it will take a picture. If you're not. Also, an important thing to note is you can put this flash button right here, and now you have a great looking flash for that low light on photo. Although Apple and Samsung have this, LG started it. So really great that they still have it built into their selfie shooter. So that is all of the different features you can set up to take a much better looking selfie than you would. And of course you can turn that beauty mode up if you want to get Alright, hopefully you guys like this video. If you did, please give it a like, thumbs up down below. It has been RICKY, the end, guys.
Hey guys, it's time to take a look at 35 plus tips and tricks for the LG G5. Now, of course, yeah, this video can be a long video, so I do have these tips and
that squeaks like crazy, and for like 6 or 7 full review attempts already, me wasting 2 hours, I decided to not make a proper detailed review because I didn't even in the first attempts catch quite what I wanted to talk about this phone. I didn't really get over the screen how I feel about it, because this phone is so odd in many aspects, and I get kinda why it's a love and hate relationship between so many people. Some say it's a great phone, some say it's a completely bollocks phone, and I get why in both directions, because the build quality definitely is one of the major issues, same as what was the second thing? Yeah, one thing that I won't even mention now, I will get to that later, but the design actually is quite nice. If you have the in-hand feel, it really feels nice because it actually feels like a slightly bigger S7. But the build quality, if you see things like these bulges here, you can definitely feel them. And this button, for example, is very crooked. It's the one to release the module. You also feel a noticeable gap here. You see some odd line here. You don't really feel it. And the primer just doesn't feel 100% properly, professionally put on. I don't really have a problem with the primer at all, because the grip is kind of still okay and it feels still like metal. Good enough for me. Fingerprint reader, not the fastest one, but gets the job done. Not really an issue for me. The odd thing is that it's not recessed, and it's also very small to hit and not that reliable. I would say about on an S7 level. Cameras and all that. Like I said, I won't really go into all the details about the buttons and all that, because I think I want to just go into the most important parts. It's not really small, it's not really compact. It still feels great in the hand though. And for example, this sharp edge here isn't something that I bothered at all about. I saw that being complained about in so many reviews. I think it feels great in the hand. But the size, for example, as you can see here, 0.2 inches bigger in terms of diagonal screen size compared to the S7, but so much taller and so much wider. Thickness is absolutely fine, and yes, overall the phone feels great in the hand, but the obvious thing is the build quality. They should have just ditched the modularity thing and built the device on a professional level, which I don't see here, because for a device that is so expensive as this one, I don't want to feel so many gaps and bulges and all that. I could see past this for a few weeks, but I'm not quite so sure how well this will hold up over time. Yes, this was a review unit for since ever it was released, and it looks absolutely like new. So maybe it actually will hold up better than expected, but in the end, I'm not quite so sure. Really quick, going into the display, and actually I have to change the home screen, because, by the way, this is another theme that you can use with the theming engine, but you can only use this on the home launcher, if we see that here, if you select home, because you have also the option for home draw or home screen with draw, and then you have the more typical one with the app draw, and here I can change back to the display. 1440p, a lot of people complain about it not being uniform and have some quality issues. I don't see that. Mine is uniform. The white looks absolutely nicely calibrated. Black is almost on an AMOLED level, really good, deep. Colors slightly boosted, but actually very natural. They seem to do a great job. The viewing angles are also stable enough. The maximum brightness is not top notch, but gets the job fully done. So I was fully pleased with this display. I still consider it to be a flagship level display. You need a little bit more brightness though, because everything below 65 seemed a little bit dull, just didn't seem bright enough or in your face enough. The contrast though is really good, and the overall experience was absolutely fine. Same as for the sound. Let's get into that one real quick, because it is super loud. Once you cup it, the sound is really great, because even on its own, it's very loud, fully pleasing. One of the loudest speakers out there at the moment, at least for the bottom facing ones. Even in sound and overall experience, I think it can hold up to some of the front facing stereo ones.